Hi, I'm Dave and welcome to part 6 of my Maschine tutorials. We're going to be looking at these buttons here. Let's go and check it out. I'm pretty sure you know about play button, but one thing that I'd really like you to comment on is why is there a play button and a stop button? Now, initially I thought that if you press play and you press play again, it would stop where it stops and just take it from there. But if you press stop, it would then start from the beginning. But it doesn't do that. That's what restart does. So let's just assume play and stop both stop the song at exactly the same point, and play plays it as well. Really weird, but I might be missing something. So those of you who may be more educated than I am, please let me know why they have a stop button as well. Let's skip straight on to record. If we press record, it will instantly light up your tap metronome button. You can disable this in the preferences, but I think is a good thing. And then if you press play, you can then add anything you want. So I can press and if I want to take off the metronome, I can then just press shift and hit metronome. I can then shift and undo. That gets rid of that. Next thing is restart. Hit it. It will start from the beginning. And it's like a hot cue, so it will instantly play as well. I personally would like to be able to go back to the beginning without playing, but it's not how it's set up. Next is erase. If we go to the events, and you'll see on the screen all of the different instruments that are recorded in there, I can just hold erase and erase that one line. It's really, really good. It doesn't matter. Let me just undo that. It doesn't matter if two things are highlighted. If I just want to get rid of one, that will only get rid of that one. It's a really simple way of getting rid of it. So that's your erase button. Your tap button is for your BPM. And if I tap it lots of times, you can see on the screen it's now up to 327. So a bit of Aphex Twin going on there. You notice that I pressed it more than once. But if I press shift and undo, it just bashes it straight back to the original BPM, which I think is a really nice touch. Follow is exactly what it says. If I change this pattern to 2 or 4, the problem you've got sometimes is when you press this, you've got to wait till it comes round. So all you need to do is just press follow, and it will follow the screen, and when you want to lock it, you just unfollow it. So it will now just take you round, and you can take it round and then lock it again. Let's look at shift functions. We've already done shift and tap, but let's have a look at loop. Now this is when we've got bars 1, 2, 3 and 4 like in the arranger page. So if I change the pattern back to 1, you can still see that is 1, 2, 3, 4 blah 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 blah. But my loop is actually on bar 1. So if I restart this and I turn it off, it will actually keep going through. So when you've got different scenes, you'll be able to mess around with it. Of course, if you press shift and restart again, you can see it turns on, and then we restart. And it's a nice way of being able to manipulate the pattern on bar 1 and just change it. If I double this and I turn this bar, if I do duplicate pattern into there, you notice that it goes into the next scene. So therefore, if we then press start, turn loop off, it goes back there. Now we have the loop as one bar on the beginning one. And if we want to just move it, we can just press the right arrow and it moves to the next scene. Just while we're talking about scenes, if for instance you wanted to move the position of the scenes, so I've got at the moment scene 1 after scene 3, I can then just go and change that to position 1 so it actually moves back. Next, let's look at replace. Now this is instead of overdubbing. If we press a bass drum, for example, and then we press a bass drum again, it's going to double up, it's going to overdub. But we don't want to do that. We actually want to replace that bass drum with a new one. As you can see, on beat 1 of bar 2, we've got a bass drum. If I put it into normal record mode, you can actually see that it's overlaid on it. So if we undo that, so now what we want to do is replace the bass drum note on beat 1 of bar 2, but we need to select it first. And what I'm going to do is just select the bass drum for now and show you what happens. So I'm going to press restart, then hit erase and record. So as you can see now, if I move this out of the way, there is no overdub on it. It's actually a replacement. Now that is a really nice way of changing something quickly, but you have to be careful because what you select, if you don't play anything, is actually going to delete as the play marker goes through. So if we press select and multi, and I get all these ones done, and turn off record. Now I'm going to put it in replace mode and I'm not going to play anything at all. So you can see that it actually replaces it with nothing because we replaced it with nothing. So just be careful, but it is quite a nice little thing to use if you're trying to just use the controller and you want to change one note. Again, there's multiple ways in Native Instruments to do this. You could have gone into events, you can change the length of a particular note, you can shift it, all that kind of stuff. I left my favourite one till the end because I had a comment from Frederick Manson who was saying that in my part 4 he thinks I was wanting to do triplets and it didn't work out like that. And he's saying, is there a way you can do this? Absolutely. Now I'm just going to play a bass drum. What I don't like is when I hit record and play, it instantly starts playing. I want to count in. So if you look under record, you can hold shift and record and it defaults to 1 bar counting, which might be enough for you, but I like 2 bars. In another video, I'm going to show you the top buttons, and in there you can change the amount it counts in. So I've got mine as 2 bars. Okay, so we've got this. Normal bass drum and snare drum, or rim shot. So I'm now going to do triplets over the top, and we could try this. And quantize that. Problem is, it actually quantizes to 16ths. So we don't want that. Now, one thing that is really nice about this is the fact that we can change the grid amounts even though we've put in other things. So I'm going to remove this, undo that, and I'm going to press shift and grid. So I've selected 8th triplets, so quaver triplets. So it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Turn that off. Pad mode. Quantize it. Perfect triplets. And that's how you change your grids. And again, you can change them back whenever you want to, I think it defaults to 16ths. And it doesn't change the position of where everything is. So if you look, they're in between the beats now, but they're perfectly quantized. Thank you very much. Catch me next time for another tutorial on Maschine MK3. If you like it, subscribe, hit the alarm button if you want a notification of next time I do a video, and there'll be a new one up soon. See you later.